Okay, so we will start from the front end and we have already created a contract. So let's just get into the front end and see how to sign a transaction using MetaMask. For this video, I will just be encoding some stuff hard coded, but you can just create a input for that, and using that input you can just sign the transaction. But for this video, I will just click a simple button on the project front end, which will trigger the MetaMask pop-up, and it will just show you how to which thing the user will be signing in, just console the signature, and then maybe use the signature to the front end to show it. So I will be using pnpm. I will just copy this command. I am using Vite, so let's just install all the stuff we require. Okay, I will just use git bash and then this npm create Vite, and I hope it works. Okay, so we'll be using React and just the JavaScript. We just read to the project. Okay, so the project is open. Now what we have to do is this pnpmi. Hope it works here. Okay, so PowerShell has some issues. That's just pnpmi, and it will install all the dependencies. Meanwhile, we can just wait, and what we need is web3.js. Web3.js, you can just go to the documentation of the web3.js and just go to the latest docs, this one, docs.web3js.org, and just maybe you can just go wallet connect an account. Okay, so it is loading. You can just go there and you can just try this one, how to connect MetaMask. So for this video we will not be just doing this, but it will be kind of similar to this. So it is loading. We just need to install web3.js. Okay, so it is installed pnpmi web3.js. Just write web3 and it will install this. Okay, so once this is done, just create a file named lazy.jsx. Okay, so we'll be importing some stuff over here from here. Okay, so we need to install snippets. Just install this ES7 snippets. It will just make it easy to write the whole function from, not from scratch, but we can just use some command and it will write the remaining part. I hope it is the same extension which I use in other laptops. Currently I don't know if it is correct, but let's just take the picture. We will know once it is installed. Okay, so it is installed. Now if we write RAFC, okay, so this is the correct extension. You just write RAFC and it will create a simple export function for the V8 file which we are using. Okay, so we need this, and we use state. So we will just see voucher, set voucher, and use state. So it is already 44 here. We are going forward, so I will just get rid of this one and just yeah, comma use state from here. So here we use state now. For initial, we will just set it to null because we don't have anything. After that, what we can do is create const create voucher function. Okay, meanwhile we can just import the key from the tree. Okay, so in this voucher function, we can just create a simple function instance count token ID URI and buyer address. You can just make this an input and just pass it from there, but for this video I will just create a button and passing values hard coded, so just to make it simple. Okay, so once we have all the things, we can just create a domain. This will be the domain for the file which we use. Okay, so we need the domain name. The domain name inside the contract, if we see, we can just copy this. Voucher domain, just copy this. This is our domain name. Then after that, we need a version. So we know that our version is 1. In the contract, you can see it is 1. So I'm just writing 1. Then we need verifying contract, and we will just paste this address which we have deployed on the Polygon and test network. So we just write this, and then the chain ID if I pass it like this, or maybe this will work. Okay, so I have chain ID. We have created a domain, and now we can just create cons voucher. This will be our types. What we need is token ID, URI, and file. Okay, so the format is something like this. Token ID, URI, buyer, signature. We'll pass it, but for this we will just create a type data and then sign it, and then we'll get this at the end, and then we'll add this to the variable after. I will show you how this is done. So let's just go cons. We need to create type first. Cons types. Okay, so this is the types, and we need the struct name. There's an empty voucher. Just click this, and once this is done, we can just hit this. Okay, so let me make sure if we are doing same. Okay, so now we can just do this name. Okay, so now we need to connect. You have to make sure that the names are similar, because if it is not similar, then it will be a problem for us, and the type should be also same. The first is 0 to 256, then we have URI, which is a string. Okay, so after that we have something buyer, which is of type address. So we have this, and after the types, we just have to create a type data that will be signed by our MetaMask JSON.stringify. So we have to connect it into JSON format, and we pass the domain. It requires a domain, it requires types. Now it requires a message, and message will have voucher. This will be shown on the MetaMask pop-up, and then we have primary. Okay, so primary type, which is this lazy empty voucher, and then we need to have types, and after that we have EIP-712 domain. So domain is a list, and it will have something similar to this. The domain must consist of Okay, so domain will have these things. So we have to define these type as well. So let's just copy this and it is a name, it's string, it has a version, which is also string, it has chain ID, which is you have to put this because it is a number, and it has a very defined contract, which is a type address. Okay, after that, in the types, we need lazy NFT voucher types. Now, okay, so we need these types. Let's copy this and we will just paste it here. Not paste it here actually. We just need to make sure. Okay, so what is this supposed to be? Oh, let's just check. And if we have types, then we can give the type data, then type data. So we have types, then we have EIP-712. Then after that, okay, so I was correct. We have to just pass types here, then we will have, yeah, it seems correct. So after that, we just need to create another function which will be called signature. This will just I think this will not be going here. Let's just check again. Okay, so we have domain, we have voucher, we have types, then we have type data. Okay, so JSON string file is here. Just now, just we have to put it here. Await the key of current provider because it will take the MetaMask provider, and we are just going to send it a type which is ETH sign type data 44. You can check this sign type data 44. This is the one which we are using. Just copy this. You can just find an example here. This is the format of the methods and parent. You can use the MetaMask uh, window as well. A window object is something which you can find on the front end of React on the client component. Basically, it is an instance of an object which you can use like window dot reload and stuff like that. So MetaMask also has a window object, windows of Ethereum, which you can use to make a request and sign some data. So we will be using this method. Okay, so we just paste it here. Okay, so it is pasted. So now we can just paste and we just pass an account here and our tag data. So this is that. After that, we just go below and return, and the voucher. think it is considering a time, but we are not using TypeScript. I don't know why this is giving me a TypeScript error. Uh, okay, so the time should be something like this. Just cut it to next one. We can do that, and it will just return the signature. Now we need to create a function that will use the signature const and sign. This function will open the MetaMask and it will just tell the MetaMask, okay, you have to sign the above create voucher and just make a voucher out of it. But for that we need to check if MetaMask is installed. Otherwise it will throw error. If window.ethereum, you have to write it correctly. I just copy it from there. Window.ethereum. If window is present, we will use constant is equal to new instance of v3 is we just get window dot space to use we just create a window instance and then window dot three language method dot request and we have already seen it. We can just go here and just copy this because we are just asking Ethereum if it can just sign the method data. Okay, so this is it. And after that, we can just use account because Windows has something known as Windows.ethereum.get account. Sorry for the noise. So we were here. The window also has something like get accounts. You can just get all the accounts in the MetaMask, and we just need account 0. So for that, we will be using const voucher. After that, we can just create voucher. And in create voucher, we know what it requires is that we account 0 because we will just use the first account. And after that, it requires a signature and OpenID. Okay, so it doesn't require an account. It requires first it requires a 3 then account. Okay, I was correct. It requires an account. Control Z account, then token ID. Token ID will be one. We will be making one token ID, first token ID. Because the contact has nothing. So for now, I'll be just using ABC as a token. We are able to use this paste pinata or any hyperface URL here. And after that, we can just enter account. Okay, so for which address we want to mint. So let's just mint it for the second address. Let's get another wallet account to just copy this address and I'll just minting with this address. And after that, once the signature is done, we can just set voucher and voucher. It will just set it. We can just use else. Just alert MetaMask not available. And now we just create a button here. Just slide button, button. You just slide on, click on clicking plus handle sign the voucher. You just create a button bunch of inputs and just pass the token ID and all the stuff. Besides, you can just create 3 inputs and just pass it. Maybe you can create a nested use state and then just pass it and save it in the use state and just pass the data here. For now, I am not doing that, so okay, I will just set if voucher is set. I will just get the voucher here below. Just need to make sure that is now we can make sure that this is inside now we just some stuff and this is JSON stringify and this is also the voucher here. Okay. So let's just try to run this and see if just right now I hope it works because if it doesn't we then see what is the problem and then we try to solve this. Also, we just cut it here because we need to open it here. Okay, so oh sorry, I didn't import it. I didn't have imported in the main app.jsx, so we don't need all this stuff. In this thing we used it and all this stuff and this lazy main. Okay, so the component is imported. We just put a replace here and see. Okay, let's see if this will give us an error or not. Uncode invalid input. I just refresh it again. Copy number and search. I don't know what is the issue. Let's just see what is the problem. Maybe just copy this and just paste it here. No, it's not copying it. What is copy the object and paste it here. It is not a Python error. Okay, so maybe let's just try to see the code here and then we might be able to solve the issue. So we have voucher, we have use state, we have the field, account, token ID, URI, then we have this version, we have define contract, we define contract, chain ID, we have number 2. Okay, so we have the address, and after that we have token vouchers. Maybe just copy this and paste it here. This is useless now, so let us console. Okay, so we have domain, we have message, which is a voucher, then we have primary type, we have the NFT voucher. So let's see NFT voucher, then we have EIP-712, domain, and this domain has name. Okay, so name, version, chain ID, client content, and we have token ID, URI, buyer, then send, then we have ETF sign, type data, volume 4, and we have account, we have type data, and we have just data. And after this, we have the three provider, window the Ethereum.request, and we have a method which is signed type data. Okay, so I guess we cannot use it here because we are using it here. So this might be causing an issue. Maybe just write ETH request because we don't have account access. So ETH request accounts. And then we have account. We can get all the accounts here and let's try to see. Okay, so now it works. That shows the error. So let's just do that and confirm. So this is not a function. So now we have some mistake here. Window Ethereum dot get accounts is not a function. So maybe it is already the key dot it. Let's check. Uh, accounts is not defined. Accounts. Okay, so we need to just and we just write around here so that it can take. Okay, so now you can see that the lazy NFT voucher is here. We are signing for token ID 1, ABC, and buyer is account 2. If it was some other address, then it would have shown you the address, but since we are using this MetaMask account 2, that's why it is just saying that the signature is for buyer account 2, we just sign. And now you can see we have all the things we need. Just copy this and just open txt file because I have something which I might show you. This is the token ID. Okay, so you just have to put in like this area. Now just copy this, and once we go here, we can just go here and okay, so this is a tuple voucher. Just paste it here and just transaction. So okay, then mismatch. Uh, string verbs. How can it have a mismatch length? I don't think it should have a mismatch length. Let's try transaction. I don't know why it is causing so much issue. Let's just try to fix it. Let's just try to copy this and just use ChatGPT. If let's try, let's try. Let's try. Just do that and see. why it might causing us the issue that is something to check. You can just create another sign. It will always say the sign signature because this is signature, this is the address which we will maintain. Just create the address and just check. Okay, so let's just so it is saying that we have to pass it like this. So I guess if we just do this and we just do this, we just remove this and this and this and we just do this and this. What I understood is it wants something like this, so let's just try to give what it really wants. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so now it knows that this is a token ID and okay, so now we just hit the transaction and we wait for it to you can just see that okay the transaction is confirmed. Let's check. We can just hit and check owner of one. Okay, so you can see that this is the owner of the first NFT and what we have given this owner. You can just create another signature. Let me just show you another. So you will just mint one ID 4 for example. Okay, so what we can do is we can create another signature for the fourth ID. Now you will see that it is creating for the 4 and okay, so the signature is changed. Now we just copy this and the signer signature is also changed. You can see that 0x3 and 0x2. So we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. You can just try to make a workaround a little bit in the React signature so you don't have to do changes like this with me. So you can just try to make it a little better, which I am leaving it for you because it is not something like because you have just have to remove this token ID name and from this curly braces to just square brackets. You can just do that and maybe you can just create inputs just to set the buyer and token ID and URI for the input and then just create a signing voucher for that. Okay, so we can just copy this and just go here and paste it again, just with transfer and then we can just make another FT for token ID 4, just confirm it. Okay, so in the meantime we can see that there is no one's okay, so now for now I will show you that this okay, so you can check it token ID 2 this analysis error, it shouldn't do this. Okay, so you can see that token ID 1 has the owner is this one, token ID 2 I don't know why it is causing this issue, but these IDs doesn't have anyone, so we can just call 5 and we can see that the same address is on. So this is it for this video. I hope you learned something new and this code will be available for you in the below in the description. So see you in the next video. I will try to make a little better video next time, but bear with me with this one. So you can just follow us on the given channels and try to contact us how to make the better video and just leave comments. I will just try to answer all the questions. Thank you for this video. Goodbye.